Stream is starting.
Yeah.
Stream is starting.
There we go.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. I'm Arnie Shillman. This is Adam Cagley. Welcome to the Monday stream weekend at CHEWIE'S. I had the trash all around me tonight. Two pods, one bod. Two heads, two pods, two pods. Whoa, ding. All right, welcome to the stream. I'm ready for it though. How you doing, Adam?
I'm fucking tired too.
Amen.
I second that cough.
Yeah, amen to that fair cough, say I. Well, tell the people a little bit about where.
I got to go to Galaxy's Edge for the first time.
Ooh, daddy. And what did baby get?
Lots of shit.
Oh, baby got some toys. You want to show them off?
I took the blade out, but we rule Mandalore now.
You got to put the blade back in. We got to see it, man.
Yeah,
come on.
I'll put the blade back on. I put the lightsaber I built back in the corner, but that one's not as exciting to people as the Darksaber. Well, I gotta find the blade.
I like the purple lightsaber you had, though.
Yeah, me too. It had to be purple. It had to be.
Oh. You have something that I want.
Now we rule Mandalore. We just gotta go underneath Mandalore and restart its pilot light, but we rule Mandalore now.
Bo-Katan cries. Creeds. Crime. Bo-Katan. I am a clone.
I feel like he had all those clones because he wanted someone to hang out with.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Like, I feel like Moff Gideon just didn't have. Like, even the other Imperial people kind of thought he was a dick.
Nobody liked Gideon.
Yeah. And then he went and broke the Darksaber.
What do you think about what? Yeah, no, that's true. Well, what do you think about what Tamora Morrison said?
Oh, about Mando?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't disagree with him. I get why he's frustrated about it. I also think it's like Book of Boba's getting a season 2, so what's he really complaining about?
Yeah, I don't know.
Though I'd be willing to bet that, there's going to be more Mando in Book of Boba Fett season 2 anyway.
Yeah, I bet so too, because they've already set up the precedent.
Yeah.
And what does George always say? You got to make them rhyme.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
It has to rhyme. They have to cut the same hand off.
We're not turning your lightsaber into piss.
All right. Speaking of, okay, so you played George Lucas.
Okay.
And I play a dude that went to high school with you.
Okay.
Ready?
Is that the whole bit?
Well, you'll see what the bit is. I have some stuff prepared. Okay. Oh my gosh. George Lucas, just in this crowded coffee shop. Good to see you, man.
Who the hell are you?
You don't remember me?
No.
From high school. Little Jim.
Oh, Little Lil Jim.
Yeah, Lil Jim Hickory. That's me. The street from you, and I was in your graduating class. We had almost every class together sophomore year. Don't you remember me, Lil Jim?
Sure.
George, I gotta be honest. Incidents that I found you at this coffee shop.
I figured.
One of the craziest things about our high school is that there's a lot of people with some pretty weird names.
Yes, there is.
You got to say you don't remember that.
Okay, give me the line again.
One of the things about our high school is there's a lot of names, if you recall.
No, I don't remember that.
Oh, okay. I see you're choosing your words carefully, Mr. Lucas. Well, how about your best friend, Elon Sleazebagana? And then, in Attack of the Clones, sudden Elon calls me. He leaves me an email. He says, George used my name. No call, no text.
I'm pretty sure I made that up.
Okay. You made up Elon Sleazebagana?
I'm very creative.
What about Ponda Baba?
What about Ponda Baba?
Ponda Baba was our basketball coach.
I didn't play. I didn't. He doesn't look like it plays basketball to you.
You played basketball with me and Ponda Baba every Thursday, and I know you know Ponda Baba. You lifted that man's name and you put it right in the story.
Ponda Baba was named a bun that I enjoy.
Incorrect. Ponda Baba changed my life.
It's a steamed bun with coconut. Ponda Baba.
You expect me to believe that?
Yes.
After all we've been through together? I got puberty in your yard.
In my yard? Give me that line again.
I reached puberty when I was in your yard.
That explains why the lawn died.
You're telling me you don't remember our other friend in our trifecta, Cy?
Cy who?
Cy Snoodles. Who the hell do you think I'm talking about? Cy Snoodles. How about Lobot?
Remind me, which one was Lobot?
Lobot was dating Max Rebo. All these people are owed an explanation, George. They're real people with families.
Look, I'm just here for my macchiato.
Your macchiato. You're always drinking coffee. It seems like you're super Hollywood, Mr. Hollywood.
I'm a sleepy
But you know, but you're a sleepy man?
Yeah. Huh?
You don't remember me? Well, maybe you. Hey, George. You're not gonna say hi, Jack?
I'm completely lost, little Jim.
Jack Porkins is my name. I'm a new character. Jack Porkins is my name. And you named an ex. I didn't even know you, man. You got my name out of a yearbook and lifted it. My cousin, Zuckus, he's never going to forgive you.
What? I don't know these people.
George.
What? My names?
Absolutely. Snap Wexley died in 1994, and he was one of the best lawyers in the state.
Well,
Snap Wexley died in 1994, and he was one of the best lawyers in the state. And if he was alive today, he'd tell you. Is what he'd tell you.
The thing you have to remember is that I wrote these to all be one long movie. And I wrote that movie when I was just 5 years old. I think this is a case of life imitating art.
You know who wouldn't say that?
Your mother?
I'm a Gundy. I'm a Gundy and Kit Fisto. Rest in peace.
Kit Fisto was a dirty fucking liar.
Hey. Kit Fisto's the only Jew in town.
Give me that line again.
What did I say?
You said Kit Fisto was the only Jew in town.
Kit Fisto was the only Jew in town.
And before I met him, his name was Chaim. He changed it to Kit. Chaim Fisto.
No, I am Fisto. Okay.
How long were you looking up obscure character names for that one? Because some of them I didn't even know.
Admiral Snack Bar.
Admiral Snack Bar.
Yak Fizz. Kit Fisto.
He's the only Jew in town. Is Fisto a Jewish name?
No.
I didn't think so. Kit is, though, isn't it?
No.
Are you sure?
Kim.
Kit.
Kim is a man's name.
Kit.
Kim is a man's name.
Kim with an M?
Kim
is a man's name.
As a man's name is Jewish, yeah.
Really? Are you fucking with me?
I'm not.
Oh, you learned something new.
Ready?
Mandalorian season 3 was the finale very rushed and ultimately unsatisfying. I think the situation is made all the more strange because of how Lucasfilm people hyped up the episode. And almost all of them teased it being very tragic and sad. And on top of all of that, there were many leaks and crazy rumors that just didn't happen either. There were crazy reports of Finn Rao, freaking Boba Fett, the Mythosaur coming out and maybe even being tamed and rode by one of the main characters. And of course, there were a lot of rumors suggesting.
Yeah, I mean, that ad with the Mythosaur so fucking.
Yeah.
It made me so fucking mad. I have it in the memes. I was going over the memes that we were posting, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
This is from Disney.
Like
it's a Mandalorian looking up Mythosaur.
Somebody needed to ride the Mythosaur.
I think something tragic might happen to Din Djarin himself. Maybe they were going to kill that character off. And instead we got a pretty safe, pretty unclimactic, whatever status quo reset bullcrap episode. I know you've been wondering why. I've been wondering why, and buckle up, Star Wars fans, because we have new reports and leaks about what exactly happened with the ending of The Mandalorian season 3. So smash a freaking like.
Well, that was pretty cute, though. I like that part.
Yeah.
And let's get into it. Now, I want to begin by
him torturing the frog.
Talking about a recent report out there, and this was by Star Wars May. And in this video, she outlines all this crazy stuff that was rumored and leaked, and some of it she even had reported on as well. And she talks about how a lot of that stuff had changed. And for the record, I just want to say I reached out to Star Wars Meg, and I wasn't clear where she got a lot of this information in her video. She said that it came from Jeff Snyder, some of it came from her interview with Paul Sun-Hung Lee, and there was a Reddit post that did talk about how some of the things that were rumored were because I think it's always important to say where you're getting this information from, and I think all of these are really good sources.
There you go, Chef.
Really interesting that she's talking about a scoop
Chop
from
it up,
Jeff
Chef.
Snyder regarding the end scene where Pedro Pascal was going to have his helmet off, but Jeff Snyder is also the person that corroborated my report that there was major beef between
thanks for
Jon Favreau and
I sense your lack of trust in the Empire.
She kind of got that vibe in that image, doesn't she?
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
She looks like
It
she's about
feeds
to
me.
deliver her credo, her manifesto. No, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they made them change it, because like we'd been hearing before season 3 that there were all kinds of issues back and forth with Favreau and Kathleen Kennedy. And I mean, it wouldn't surprise me also that they made them change it to fit more what they're trying to do for Filoni's movie.
We must continue to sell toys.
Well, yeah, that's why they brought Grogu back. To continue to
That
sell
told me that?
toys.
I'm jumping to the end to a good part.
And the very next
Outside
day,
of
Jeff
Pink-
Snyder reported.
I'll finish it, yeah.
What'd you say, buddy?
Oh no, I was gonna say what's cool in Galaxy's Edge is like outside of they have a costume Mando that walks around with Grogu and his satchel.
Mhm.
Outside of that, there's really not like a whole lot of them trying to shove Grogu merch down your throat in Galaxy's Edge. Because it's like it's supposed to be like there's also a very hard mandate of like none of the costume Disney characters can come into Galaxy's Edge. And you're not going to see anything with a Disney logo on it inside Galaxy's Edge. The only costume characters that are in there are like the troopers and the rebels and Mando and Kylo when he comes out, and there's a Chewie and a Rey and shit like that.
That's cool.
But like even to the point where like I bought a bottle of water that the label was white and said Dasani and Aurebesh down the label instead of saying Dasani.
Yeah, it's its own park, basically.
Yeah. And like
That's
like
cool.
I got my girlfriend a Diet Coke that was like in a thermal detonator.
Love it.
But like they don't like they take that mandate into the shops too, into the stores where like it's all very thematically appropriate. And like if you were on this planet at this like backwater underground trading outpost, this is the kind of shit you'd buy. So it's like not like there. I mean, there is character stuff, but it wasn't like I didn't see a single place in Galaxy's Edge where I was gonna like buy a plush Grogu.
Right.
Outside of Galaxy's Edge, fucking everywhere. But
Grogu.
oh yeah, like you go into the stores in Tomorrowland, and there's where like you find all of like the kind of kitschy character shit.
I love it.
Yeah, but, like in Galaxy. Like why are they gonna sell toys of people that live here? Was I guess the thought.
The exact same thing. But I think the question becomes, is that a situation that has resolved behind the scenes? He can't fit in the suit, someone else can. He's said things about how he sees himself playing Din Djarin for the rest of his life. And so while we don't fully understand what exactly happened behind the scenes, was it this overblown situation, or was it truly drama that changed the trajectory of the entire show? I don't know if we'll ever fully get that answer, but it seems like the entire team, and essentially in this aspect, we're talking about Pedro, he has settled into the reality of just voicing the character and allowing other actors to play that character. Now, when it comes to Jon Favreau, not sure. I was told this crazy story about how Kathleen Kennedy interfered in his shows, essentially forced him to bring Grogu back into The Mandalorian, and that Jon Favreau was essentially so frustrated with this process that he almost walked away. And I still really believe the source that told me that. And the very next day, Jeff Snyder reported the exact same. I think the question becomes, is that a situation that has now been resolved behind the scenes and they've figured out their way forward? Or is this going to be a situation that continues to plague the creative capacity of Jon Favreau while he's over there working on these shows? And to me, again, I really think that when you look at season 3, it seems like this is a season that just filled in the blanks, like a straight filler arc, while they were able to figure all of this stuff out. So they shot this season mostly without Pedro. There wasn't a lot of focus on Din Djarin, and it sets it up so that season 4 can go back to that, or it can go in a different direction. Now, as I've just said, Variety is reporting that it's going to go in the direction of Din Djarin and Tiva, and they're going to be, messing around, doing kind of like what they did in seasons 1 and 2. And I think that's great. Like, I don't really care to Pedro Pascal leave the show just so I can be like proven correct when it. I'd rather the show get back to where it was and everything than be confirmed as being like correct. But it's also really obvious that something happened, right? The show goes off air for 2 years. Pedro Pascal goes over and stars in this massive show for The Last of Us. Pedro isn't seen in this season at all. And I know people are like, oh, but it's just scheduling conflicts. Guys, he had to get that approved by Lucasfilm. They approved him to not be available to shoot any of these scenes. So I don't fully understand what the situation is there, but I'm hoping it and make great content together moving forward, because it's a fantastic character. It's a fantastic show that, in my opinion, just had a season, and Book of Boba Fett and the tie-ins there. I just really don't think that works. Hopefully, with Ahsoka being the show that we all think it's going to be, it will help to sort of guide that entire shared universe over there, bring it all together.
I just don't know. I think that's just too much of Ahsoka.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like, putting all that pressure on that show to be the show that like redeems the other two shows.
Yeah, no way.
When it's like Ahsoka is, if they're saying if Ahsoka is the show we think it is, like the only thing you should be thinking Ahsoka is the sequel series to Rebels.
Right.
Like that's all it is.
Right.
That's all it should have to be, is the sequel to Rebels.
It's just a show about Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Like
it doesn't need to save. Like, also, like, I mean, you and I have talked a lot about how like we didn't really have a lot of the issues people have had with season 3.
Well, I
don't think they stuck the landing, but I did enjoy most of the season.
I think I enjoyed it leading somewhere.
Yeah, I could see that too. I mean, like I think the biggest disappointment was that Din didn't get mind flayed, when that seemed like something they were really working towards. And yeah, like that was my big thing, was like everyone talked about like how heartbreaking and tragic the finale was going to be, and I'm like, are you talking about just because Gideon broke the Darksaber? Because that wasn't tragic. It just pissed me off.
It's going to make you think about all the other stuff.
It didn't.
No.
I was like, cool. So like he got a house. Like, how is that any kind of transformative? I think honestly, if Kathleen Kennedy pulled a Kathleen Kennedy and made all kinds of stupid ass changes, it was probably to fit with the movies they're making now. Particularly because like Filoni's wrap up movie, she's probably like telling him like, this needs to be this. And I think probably a little more too to probably fit with the new Jedi Order movie too.
Man, I know we make cracks about Kathleen Kennedy, but heavy is the head that wears the crown. She has a fucking hard job. Very hard job.
She's got a hard job, but she's surrounded by people that would make it easier if she would trust them more.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's true. Usually that's true in general, but like, you know.
It's the same thing I said about, Last Jedi was so different that it freaked them out, and they got rid of Colin Trevorrow and brought JJ back. Whereas
Last Jedi and Solo happened at the same time.
Yeah. Which honestly, Solo, I didn't like that movie very much when I saw it in theaters, but watching it again on streaming, that's a movie that's grown on me. I like Solo. If she had trusted the people, the creatives around her, to make creative decisions, then we would have gotten Colin Trevorrow's Duel of the Fates, which that screenplay is infinitely better than any of the other two sequels. That screenplay is like balls to the walls, bananas, ass Star Wars shit, and I fucking love it. I contributed to the GoFundMe for the dude that's making it into a graphic novel.
I want to read it.
Yeah, I mean, like I've seen some of his test stuff. He's done like a few scenes. That's how he's like getting the crowdsourcing money, and it's fucking dope. And it's such a cool story. Like the whole third act revolves around like a decaying post-imperial Coruscant. And like Hux kills himself with Mace Windu's lightsaber and shit like that.
See, this is the type of shit that's like, we got to see that.
Yeah, there's no redemption for Kylo Ren. Kylo ends up finding not Palpatine's master, but Palpatine's master's master, Plagueis' master.
Wow.
Who teaches him like the path to Sith immortality is to feed off of the living force within other people. So like Kylo learns how to like suck out people's life force and sustain himself on it, kind of like a bastardized, perverted version of Force Heal.
Jeez.
It's such a cool script, and it's like, but because Last Jedi was so different, it scared them so badly that they were like, no, well, let's just go do more of the same. That's my point. Like, if she were to have trusted Colin Trevorrow, if she were to trust Filoni and Favreau, it's like I understand, it's Disney, so whatever is made for them is going to be a corporate asset. But at a certain point, it's like it's still popular entertainment and it's still an art form. It's like let the creatives handle it, and then you can worry about all the corporate-y bullshit instead of having such over. I mean, I know she's had a very long career as a producer, but it's like it seems like her heading Lucasfilm, she's falling on all her worst instincts as a producer. I mean, like, could you have possibly seen her doing this on Indy and being like, well, no, Steven, they can't open the Ark of the Covenant because then Indy is pointless.
That's different. Her job is to manage the universe. You know what I mean?
It's not, though. That's what she has Filoni for. Her job is to manage the asset. That's like literally Filoni's job is keeping the lore straight.
Yeah, lore is programming.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like
I see her job as a creative job as well, because she has to decide what shows happen and what is good.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah.
So it's hard to. Oh no.
I don't mean
lotion in my eye. Oh no. Oh no! You got to clip this out. Me rubbing lotion on my hands, and then me getting it in my eye. I look like Uncle Fester, bro.
when you close your eye like that, kind of. Yeah.
Hiya, Wednesday. All right.
No, I mean, I don't disagree with you. I think like there are creative aspects to it, but I just think she's not trusting them enough to make their own decisions. I think it's like
if the reports are true, then clearly.
Yeah, it's like, Kathleen, if you wanted to write this show, why didn't you? And I get that, like,
she's got to figure out what other Star Wars programming there is. I mean, that's sort of what I'm saying. It's like there's somebody who decides what shows you make.
Yeah.
And then there's somebody who makes.
But then she's telling the people that are making those shows that they're doing it wrong. She's trying to Kevin Feige it, but she's doing a bad job of Kevin Feigeing it.
Right. That's the thing. It's like you have to know the material better than the artists to Kevin Feige it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. Everybody for watching. We love you very much. That's Weekend at Chewy's. I'm exhausted. I got to rinse my eye out.
Fair.
Give it up for Adamo. Oh my God, my eye. Adamo Gagli.
What kind of fucking lotion did you get in your eye? This is moisturizing, though. Why is it like burning and hurting?
Because there's peppermint oil in it.
Oh shit, that'll do her.
Woo! And I'm Arnie Shillman.